I don't see a picture. There is no picture, Nate. Okay. Audio's registering. Oh. Let's turn it off. Maybe this means that it's going.
Yeah.
Okay. Turn camera on, it says. Okay, camera is on, whether we see the picture or not. Very well. I am not a famous person, a movie star, a politician, a rabbi, or a news broadcaster. I'm just a Jew with opinion who lives in Israel. So to reassure my wife, since some of these opinions are unconventional, it's advisable to conceal my identity. Okay, just so she doesn't. Now, with regards to the recent incident on the Temple Mount, it appears that that two of the pilgrims to the Temple Mount, with regards to the recent incident on the Temple Mount, close it off. With regard to the recent incident on the Temple Mount, it appears that two pilgrims to the Temple Mount, Jewish pilgrims, prostrated themselves before the Holy of Holies, which is currently occupied by a mosque, and the Arabs in the area chose to riot as a reaction, and the police chose to very abruptly and brutally kick all of the pilgrims off the Temple Mount before the riot got seriously out of hand. Okay. I'm not judging anything. I admire the courage of those pilgrims. However, I disagree with what they were doing. For one simple reason, the Torah gives a better solution. It says in the Torah that the prophet's prophecy that one day the Beit HaMikdash, the Temple of Solomon and of Ezra and Nehemiah, will be rebuilt in the very same place where it was built before, and it will become a place of worship for all the nations. Now, the rabbis of the Talmud have a disagreement. One opinion is that the temple will be rebuilt with the work of human hands. Another opinion is that it will descend from heaven, and one day it'll be there, the next day it won't. Now, there is a third opinion that synthesizes these two opinions, what you call a dat hamachria. And the law is that when you have two antithetical opinions, the synthesizing opinion, the dat hamachria, is the one that decides the controversy. The halacha or the law goes like that. This third opinion is that the temple will descend from on high, fully formed, and that we must build just the gates. That is all that we're required to build, is the gates to this temple. It's also mentioned that this temple will be many times larger than the previous two Beit HaMikdashes. It will probably encompass the entire old city and quite a bit beyond it. So we cannot build these gates in advance, not until the temple descends from heaven and its dimensions are known, at which point we go to where the gates are supposed to be and we build them. And this now, for Muslim, this is not only a data machriya between the Chachamim of the Gemara and of the Mishnah, but it's also a data machriya, a synthesizing opinion between Jews and Muslims, because while the temple has not descended from heaven, we should allow the Muslims to continue to worship there, because really we have no right to stop that worship or interfere with it, and we should not be looking for confrontations with them. Not that I don't admire courage and conviction in the people who prostrated themselves today, but we should not be looking for a confrontation. It will advance nothing. What we should be doing, however, is something wiser and more peaceable. Since this temple must be rebuilt, and it's up to us to rebuild the gates, and up to God, or Allah as the Arabs call him, to bring the temple down from heaven. What we can do is build the bricks to form these gates. And what can we build them out of? Either hewn stones or bricks made from clay and fired in a kiln. And it is my opinion, for what it's worth, like I say, I'm nobody famous, nobody distinguished. We should on each of these bricks that we make, since we have it in our power to build bricks, we should carve the name of yet one more martyr, one Jew who was murdered with a knife or a gun or a car or a bomb or a rock. Carve their names on these bricks and put them in a secure place against the day that we will be building these bricks. We will be building these gates. And in the interim, not to look for confrontation with the Arabs. When the temple descends from heaven and they still refuse to recognize it and refuse to admit it, that this is from God, it is their problem and not ours. In the interim, we believe that it's going to descend from heaven, but it's not here yet. It, in fact, according to Sheikh Palazzi of Italy, the Quran actually echoes the prophecies of the Tanakh in surahs 5 and 17, and it says there that one day the temple of Solomon will be rebuilt. And so this belief in the rebuilding of the temple is not contradicted by the Quran. It is further reinforced by it. And the Quran is not in conflict with us on this. It is simply telling its faithful to, in the interim, worship there, but when the day comes, and when that day is inevitable, both according to Jews and Muslims, to stop fighting and to stop murdering and to stop attacking people, and to simply submit to the inevitable will of Allah. And when it descends from heaven, it will not only be inevitable, but obvious what that will is. In the interim, our part is not to fight with people prematurely, and not to go looking for confrontations, but to peaceably build bricks. And every Jew that they murder and every Jew that they attack will be one more brick for the gates of the Temple of Solomon, which will be rebuilt one day, speedily in our days. In the meantime, we've been patient for 2,000 years. We can be patient a little bit longer. And I realize there are people, both Jewish and Muslims, who have a problem with some or all of what I've just said. What can I say? This is my opinion. If you want to be a detective and figure out what I really look like and come looking for me to stab me, I'm in God's hand, whatever name you choose to give him, and I am not afraid. I'm just reassuring my wife. And you can take my opinion and you can put it in your pipe and you can smoke it. Thank you very much. What you doing?
Okay, so thank you, David Primack. All right, now the weather. All right, so tomorrow will be 57 Fahrenheit. Okay, so now for a sort. Tomorrow will be tomorrow is slightly cloudy. It's 66 Fahrenheit in Jerusalem. Now let's see for Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv. Tomorrow in Tel Aviv, it'll be partly cloudy. 68 Fahrenheit. Now let's see in Haifa. Haifa is 68 Fahrenheit. Tomorrow next week we'll try to make a better, broadcast. 68. Tomorrow we'll make it more fancy. We'll make a better broadcast tomorrow, guys. And no, not tomorrow. Next Thursday. Alright, so now here are the short cartoons.
I post this on Republic.
Here's a short cartoon.